Welcome, family and friends, to Fairleigh Dickinson University's 78th commencement ceremonies. Welcome to the faculty and administration of Fairleigh Dickinson University. And please welcome, ladies and gentlemen, the graduates of the class of 2021. Ladies and gentlemen, now entering the stadium, please welcome today's platform party, including the provost and the president of Fairleigh Dickinson University.
All right. Quick, march.
What a glorious day. President Capuano, the faculty, officers of the university, guests and candidates are assembled, and the hour is at hand. With your permission, may these proceedings begin.
They may begin.
To open the 78th commencement ceremony honoring the class of 2021, let us remain standing for the national anthem.
Good afternoon, everyone. Please be seated. In the tradition of the Academy, and as president of Fairleigh Dickinson University, I, Christopher Capuano, officially convene this annual commencement ceremony. A warm welcome to our platform party, which includes participants in today's ceremony and representatives of the university's Board of Trustees, faculty, administration, and student body. I want to especially welcome on the platform today an outstanding alumnus and our board chair for the past 18 years, Patrick J. Zenner. Mr. Zenner has faithfully led FDU through an incredible period of growth and renewal and has been a good friend to the university and to me personally. Mr. Zenner will be stepping down from the board next month, and so this is his last commencement as our board chair. Please join me in thanking him for his incredible service to FDU. Thank you, Pat. We will miss you greatly. I also want to recognize at this time our board chair-elect, Robert J. Zada. Welcome to our deans and directors, and to our faculty and staff who have also joined us today. Welcome to the pillars of FDU, a group of honored staff members. And welcome, of course, to all the friends and families of our graduates. FDU is a national leader in providing educational programs for U.S. veterans. We want to welcome today those graduates who have served as members of the armed forces and who are wearing commemorative red stoles. I ask all the veterans among graduates today to please rise and be recognized. Thank you for your service to our country, and thank you to all the veterans who are in attendance this afternoon. I also want to welcome a special group of graduates, those students who supported FDU in this year's graduating class gifts. These students, all of whom are wearing burgundy and blue philanthropy cords, raised more than $5,000 for student scholarships, the university's food pantry, and the Student Emergency Fund. Would all graduates wearing their philanthropy cords please stand and be recognized as first-time donors to the university. And finally, a very big welcome to each and every member of the 2021 graduating class. Congratulations. I am so proud of each of you for what you have achieved. The pandemic disrupted your lives, but you didn't back down. You stayed connected with your professors and classmates. You remained focused, and now you are officially graduates and ready to begin what I hope will be exciting careers. I know you will continue to make your families and friends and your university very proud. Graduates are always anxious about the future, and you have reason to feel even more anxious considering what our world has endured over the past year and a half. I want to assure you, though, that whatever the future brings, you have been prepared well and you will be successful in whatever ways you wish to measure success. The most important weapon we have in any struggle is education. When a crisis emerges, like the pandemic, we see individuals working together to find solutions and using the skills their education has provided. Education not only provides the skills to build a career, but also the skills to endure, and build a better tomorrow. I'm confident that you will be prepared to do just that. Build a better world for yourselves, for your fellow citizens, and eventually for your own families. While I'm always confident that education provides answers, I'm even more confident that the class of 2021, because you have learned critical lessons during the pandemic that will serve you well. You must never forget the interconnected nature of our world. The pandemic has shown how quickly dangers can spread across borders. For better or worse, we are one planet and one species that must work together to survive and prosper. And when we work together, we can overcome anything. During the pandemic, we were often separated from our friends and families. While those sacrifices were necessary, they were also very difficult. Please remember those sacrifices, though, because you must never forget to cherish those you are close to. Never take your loved ones for granted. Never take anyone for granted. Share your journey with those you love and show your appreciation for those who have helped you. Moreover, while learning from the past is critical and planning for the future is essential, please remember to live in the present and make today count. Bring your positivity to others and spread hope and goodwill whenever you can. You will be cherished for that. Finally, on this day of celebration, remember the one lesson that the pandemic has taught us all, and that is to never, never give up. With perseverance and fortitude, you can overcome anything. Class of 2021, what you achieved is remarkable, and I cannot wait to see what you do next. Godspeed to all of you, and congratulations again. It is now my pleasure to present this year's honorary degree. I ask Richard Barata to please come forward. Do what you love. That was your mantra when you graduated from college in 1973, armed with a liberal arts degree in history. Your father had hoped you would follow his footsteps and go on to law school. Instead, you followed your heart, embarking on a career as a jazz drummer in the hotly competitive music scene of New York City. Your virtuosity soon attracted the attention of other jazz artists, firmly securing work for you as a bandmate and studio musician. But despite your success, the hours were long and money was often tight. Eventually, you found yourself at a career crossroads. Continue with your music or begin the family you always wanted. After 9 years, you left the unpredictable and demanding lifestyle of a jazz musician to enter the film industry, and soon found an entirely new way to do what you love. Beginning as a location manager for Desperately Seeking Susan, over the next 3 decades, you worked on more than 50 films, including The Taking of Pelham 123, Donnie Brasco, and big. You were the production manager for 5 Spider-Man blockbusters. Some of the most critically acclaimed and financially successful movies of recent memory bear your imprint as co-producer or executive producer, including Martin Scorsese's The Wolf of Wall Street and The Irishman, and the Oscar-winning Joker with Joaquin Phoenix. You helped bring Hollywood success to our university as well, as an advisor for Aaron Sorkin's The Trial of the Chicago 7, which featured our historic mansion, Hennessy Hall. This year, that production captured multiple Golden Globe and Screen Actor Guild Awards and garnered 6 Academy Award nominations. In the fall of 2016, an unexpected opportunity brought you back to your first love, jazz. Performing again professionally, you said, was like a light bulb has gone off in my head, and the music seems clearer, fresher, and more illuminating than ever. Last year, you released your sophomore album, Music in Film, The Real Deal, to critical acclaim. For every FDU graduate today who wonders about the path ahead, your career stands as an example of the power of possibility, that doing what you love does not need to be an either-or proposition. Your life also bears testimony to the power of adaptability, a lesson you perhaps first learned playing jazz, which has enabled your creativity and talents to thrive in all that you do. Therefore, by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Fairleigh Dickinson University, the faculty concurring, I hereby confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Fine Arts, honoris causa, with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereunto attached, and cause you to be invested with a hood appropriate to that degree. Congratulations. For you? Please do. I'll take this. Please do.
Let's get the right hat on here, all right? You know that, my wife doesn't know this, but that plaque is going to go right on my nightstand, right next to my bed. It's not that big, so I think I can put it there. President Capuano, the Board of Trustees, the professors, the faculty, the administration, the staff, parents, grandparents, brothers, sisters, aunts, uncles, and anybody else who got in here, I'm truly honored to be here today to give the commencement address to the Fairleigh Dickinson University graduating class of 2021. Let's hear it for these graduates. Got a little salsa there. You know, when I got here this morning, I was informed I was expected to give a speech. That was a total surprise to me, by the way. Talk about being unprepared, okay? Let me ask you a question. How many of you out there are either hungover from last night or had a few drinks today or even smoked a little weed? Please raise your hands. Come on, raise your hands. Okay, parents, you can put your hands down now. Well, you know, you're certainly entitled to that, for this is your day, a day to celebrate, to savor and reflect on the 4-year journey you successfully completed. You're not going to forget this day for about 48 hours. I hope you truly enjoyed your college experience, because it's over. It's done, finito. Sadly, beginning tomorrow, the shit hits the fan. Half of you will be spending the next few years living in your parents' basement. 3.7 million people graduated from colleges and universities this year. Good luck with that. Shouldn't be too much competition out there, but let's not dwell on the positive. Let's also give a well-deserved hand for the proud parents whose life, guidance, and importantly, checkbooks are the reason you are sitting here today. Let's hear it for the parents. You get a little music with it as well. You know, parents, by the way, I've witnessed my 3 kids all graduating from college, and it's a bittersweet feeling. I admit it, it's a little melancholy, and I feel you, but you have to get over it. You have to take a Prozac or a Zoloft, you'll be fine. You know, I don't have such fond memories of this stadium. First of all, I'm a Jets fan. So if I bomb here today, I should feel right at home. Also, the only other time I was actually on this field was in October of 1977. There was an incredible soccer star by the name of Pelé, maybe one of the greatest to ever play the game. He was from Brazil and he played for the New York Cosmos. Anyway, they held this farewell game ceremony here to a packed crowd of 74,000 people. I was part of the halftime show, performing with a 25-piece all-drum Brazilian samba band called Payday Boy. What's interesting is that we performed in carnival costumes, and I was wearing a large papier-mâché dragon's head mask with a large snout. When we emerged from the tunnel, I couldn't see a damn thing, except maybe the person's feet in front of me. The crowd was roaring. I was all pumped up, most likely stoned on some pot, and boom, I walked right into the goalpost. I crushed the mask's nose. I dropped my drumsticks. Here I was playing the snare drum with no sticks. I looked like I had Parkinson's disease. It was not a pretty sight. I would be remiss if I didn't give a shout out to the FDU bowling team and their gallant run that just fell short of an NCAA championship. Come on, let's hear it for the tradition of the bowling teams at FDU. You know, since there are 4 commencement ceremonies over these 2 days, I was asked to cut my speech short. That may be good news for you. But if you want to catch my whole speech, you're going to have to come back to each one of the other ceremonies as I've laid them out in 4 parts. It's kind of like a TV series, but you're lucky 1 and 2 might be the best. Most of you might be asking yourself, how did we get this guy here today? I'm asking the same thing. I mean, there are 7.9 billion people in the world, and almost none of them know who I am. Couldn't the administration have chosen someone a tad bit more famous or noteworthy? How about Kamala Harris, Nancy Pelosi, or Nas, Bruce Springsteen, former speakers Harry Carson or Senator Cory Booker? You got me. You know, you win some, you lose some. But guess what? Here's what I have to say that. You have to suck it up. What do you think this is, Harvard? Okay, now that you've determined that I'm a bad choice, lacking in self-confidence and self-esteem, the truth is I have an abundance of confidence and self-esteem, and I'm going to surprise you. I should be here. You know why? Because we're very much alike, and we have a lot in common. Here's a little background. I was born and raised in Poughkeepsie, New York in 19-something. My parents were first-generation Americans of Italian immigrants. One grandfather was a barber and a musician. The other was a barber and a bootlegger, brewing beer in his basement. My father was a distinguished public servant, a lawyer, a district attorney, a county judge, a Supreme Court judge of New York State. He was also an accomplished musician. His father was not the bootlegger. My mother, one of 5 children, grew up poor, and her 4 sisters all went on to earn college degrees, which was unheard of in the 1930s. Needless to say, I had great role models, and that's important. Oh, and my mother was an accomplished opera singer, so there's that music gene times 2. I graduated from Wagner College in 1973 with a BA in history. I know. I look a lot younger from this distance, but don't let that fool you. My father wanted me to go to law school. No big surprise there. Being the dutiful son, I rewarded him with embarking on a career as a jazz musician. Now, what good was that BA in history? I didn't need a degree to play music. Well, wrong. My college experience was priceless, and truthfully, all experiences, whether good, are most valuable. After I graduated from college, I began playing music, and after 2 years living near Woodstock, New York, I moved to New York City. I performed in clubs, did some traveling, recorded some albums, and during that time I was also bartending 2 days a week to make ends meet. Then in 1984, after just scraping by financially, I decided I needed to make a change. I had just married my lovely wife, Jill, of whom I've been married to for 38 years, and wanted to raise a family. I had a friend who worked in film and was working for Woody Allen. I bugged him relentlessly, and eventually he got me a job as a location assistant on my first film, Desperately Seeking Susan, starring a 20-something Madonna. I have since worked on about 55 films, a most gratifying journey, filled with many memorable moments, until I reached the top of my profession as an executive producer. I've worked with several Oscar-winning actors and directors, including Tom Hanks, Al Pacino, Robert De Niro, Meryl Streep, Denzel Washington, Julia Roberts, Joaquin Phoenix, Marty Scorsese, Mike Nichols, and the list goes on. In my last 3 films, Irishman, Joker, and the Chicago 7, were all nominated for Academy Awards. Now, it hasn't all been rosy, let me tell you that. There were a lot of long hours and hard work. I had occasional misgivings, questioning my professional life. But that's the way jobs and life work. Like Forrest Gump said, life is like a box of chocolate. You never know what you're going to get. So in 2017, I decided it was time to get back to my original and first passion, music. My latest CD, Music and Film, The Real Deal, which was released this past September, was on the top jazz radio charts for 10 straight weeks, getting as high as number 14 with 940,000 listens on Spotify. By the way, I brought a few copies if anybody wants to purchase them after this presentation. I'm only kidding, that's not true. I'm truly grateful and humbled by this experience. And what is the secret to my success? Well, there is no magic pill that you buy and then you take, that's for sure. Okay, now, for those of you, where's my little finger? For those of you that have been sleeping during the first half of my speech, it's time to wake up. Wow. From here on in, the words you hear, you'll be quizzed on for the remainder of your lives. Competition for you is fierce. In my life, I have cut lawns, worked in construction, bartended, drum shop salesman, knife salesman, ovenware salesman, pots and pan salesman. There were many difficult and trying years and tough decisions to be made along the way. Life is wonderful, but let's face it, it's also real tough and challenging. You're also probably going to have a number of different jobs by the time you're my age. That's just the way it is. That's cool. Some of those positions will end as failures, and that's cool too. I felt like a failure as a musician when I left to work in film, but failures are good for you. A highly successful producer friend of mine told me he was fired more times than the ceremonial canon at West Point. So what? Get your ass off the ground and get back into the field. Pursue your dreams. Listen to the little voice in your head guiding you to achieving your goals. And don't wait for the perfect scenario. While you're sitting on your duffs, opportunities are passing you by. And there really isn't a perfect scenario anyway. Take action, get involved. It pays incredible dividends. It's so important to get in the game. Try things, get knocked down, get yelled at. I can't tell you how many times I forced myself to do something that required serious self-motivation and effort, something that was inconvenient and challenging and uncomfortable, maybe possibly a waste of time. But I took action, and it then led me to a successful and useful connection or future invaluable opportunity. Mark Twain said it quite well. 20 years from now, you'll be more disappointed in the things that you didn't do than by the things that you did. You're inheriting a world plagued with a plethora of seemingly unsolvable problems. But hello, the world has always been a complicated place in which to live. Think about it. The Black Plague, the Crusades, countless wars, the Holocaust, genocides, droughts, disease, rape, refugee crisis, abject poverty. Even today, 660 million people without clean water and sanitation. My God. The point is, this is the reality of human existence. But here's the silver lining. There's an old Buddhist saying, the lotus flower blooms in the muddy swamp. That about says it all. So now we have reached the point in the speech where I give you some good advice, words of wisdom. These words may sound familiar and cliche-ish, but there's a reason for that. They're poignant. People always throw words around, but they do have profound meaning. Your generation has a lofty goal to attain, a humanitarian effort, if you will, a willingness to correct those mistakes made by previous generations. Use your FDU education to its fullest. Better yet, fight for a seat at the head of the table. With the advancement of science and technology, your future holds opportunities and occupations that have yet to be invented. There's almost nothing you can't do if you just commit to it. Don't do things solely for money, fame, or status. Do something because you love it. The best job is the job that doesn't feel like a job. It feels like a calling. Try to be inspired by what you do. Push yourself. Be energetic, enthusiastic, inquisitive, respectful, positive. It's contagious. Be responsible and punctual. I can't stress that enough. If you can't be depended on, then you're not worth the time. Be humble, and damn, don't be so sensitive to criticism. Many times that criticism is constructive and quite useful. Lastly, don't whine or feel sorry for yourself. Nobody cares. Trust me, I'm not the smartest guy in this stadium, but I'm smart enough to know that attitude, character, and personality go a long, long way to leading to a fulfilling and prosperous life. 2 words I've always tried to live by. That's integrity and honesty. At the end of the day, you have to be able to look yourself in the mirror You're not fooling anybody but yourself when you're dishonest. In the public's eyes, your reputation, unfortunately, is not based on the 100 exemplary things that you've done in your life, but the 2 negative things you have done. And it's even worse for your generation than mine. Social media can destroy you. Surround yourself with smart people. They're all over the place. My success has so much to do with assembling great teams of extremely competent people. A mentor of mine, a movie producer, the late Steve Keston, had a saying. It was the Keston theory of aptitude. When you're apt, you surround yourself with people that are more apt. And when you're inept, you surround yourself with people that are less apt. Don't let jealousy or fear cloud your judgment. Lastly, you got to rid yourself of anger and hate. You can't carry that negativity with you. It can kill you. It's so destructive and non-productive. Keep the lines of communication open. One of my favorite sayings is from an old Indian proverb. Don't judge your neighbor till you've walked a mile in his moccasins. Okay, you know, we're all here on this planet together. We're really all the same. We breathe the same air, eat the same food, laugh at the same funny and stupid things, feel the same pain, and bleed the same blood. We have to live together and we have to work together. Throughout history, there have always been people that don't want us to believe that. The naysayers, the dividers, the I want to be on top so you can be on the bottom, the conspiracy theorists. I call them the flat earthers. Don't get sucked in. They're wrong, they're selfish, they're fearful, and they're misguided. Stay positive. Be kind. Be compassionate. Be tolerant. Always listen. You might learn something. And stand up for all humanity. You, all of you, have the power to change the world. Now get to work. Peace.
Good afternoon. My name is Julian Small. I'm the University Provost and Senior Vice President for Academic Affairs. Each year, the Student Pinnacle Award is given to an outstanding graduating senior on each campus who has demonstrated academic excellence, who has made significant contributions through public service and outstanding commitment to the university, and whose efforts reflect the unique character of Fairleigh Dickinson University. You can read more about the award winners in your program, which can be found on the commencement website. This year's Pinnacle Award winners are from the Vancouver campus, Cés Anthony Torillo Plares, from the Metropolitan campus, Lillian Maltese, and from the Florham campus, Emmeline Pamela Stoddard. Please give them all a big round of applause. We have one Pinnacle Award winner with us today to accept her award and address the graduates. In recognition of her many accomplishments and in admiration of her remarkable talents, Fairleigh Dickinson University is proud to confer upon Lillian Maltese the Student Pinnacle Award.
Thank you, Provost Small. Good afternoon to the members of the Board of Trustees, honorary guests, faculty, alumni, friends and families, and most importantly, the class of 2021. Class of 2021, what we have dreamt of for so long has become a reality. As we submit our last assignment and sign off Zoom for the final time, we look back on the road we just traveled and reflect. For my own journey, I wanted to accomplish something not just for myself, but for my family. Growing up in a single-parent household, I witnessed the sacrifices my mother made so that my brother and I could have more opportunities in life. From a young age, my grandmother and mother have instilled in me the value that education has the power to change the trajectory of a person's life. As the first person in my family to attend a 4-year college, I was confident FDU would allow me to reach new milestones while shaping me into a leader so I could become a catalyst for change for me and pivot the lives of future generations in my family. We were all drawn to this school for different reasons. Regardless of what brought us to FDU, we all became Knights and Devils on orientation day and were granted the opportunity to become a part of something bigger, a community. Each one of us experienced our own journey, yet we all shared one common goal that led us here in our caps and gowns on graduation day. Throughout our time spent here, FDU has provided us with an abundance of opportunities that has transformed us. For me, it was the opportunity to challenge my mindset and grow beyond my comfort zone. It was the opportunity to make my mark by co-founding an organization called the Women in Business Club with a wonderful group of empowered women. It was the opportunity to study abroad and interact with individuals from many different cultures and backgrounds, inside and outside of the classroom. The diverse and unique members of our population are what make FDU, and for me, the Metropolitan Campus, so amazing and unique. As we reflect on our journey, we must be grateful to FDU for the doors it has opened for us and recognize the positive impact it will have on our futures. Fairleigh Dickinson University has shaped each and every one of us into who we are today and has helped us to identify what type of person we want to become. I am pleased to say that the person I was prior to FDU is not who I am today. I am thankful that FDU has pushed me to grow, to mature, and to change, both personally and professionally, to become a better version of myself. To my mom, grandma, and brother, thank you for always supporting me and motivating me to strive beyond my goals. To the class of 2021 and my fellow Knights and Devils, congratulations. As I look toward the audience today, I see potential and endless possibilities. I wish you all lifelong success and continued growth. Take advantage of the opportunities that come your way, and know that you can always lean on the community that you have here at FDU. Thank you so much.
Okay, and now the moment you've all been waiting for. Recognition of individual candidates from the graduating class of 2021. I now ask Provost Small to begin that process by presenting the candidates for degrees.
Will all the candidates for bachelor's degrees please rise and remain standing? Mr. President, I present to you the candidates for bachelor's degrees. Will all the candidates for associate degrees please rise and remain standing? Mr. President, I present to you the candidates for associate degrees. While the majority of candidates in this ceremony are from undergraduate programs, we do have a few graduate students here as well. Will all the candidates for doctoral and master's degrees please rise and remain standing? Mr. President, all of these candidates have fulfilled the requirements for their respective degrees. On behalf of the faculty, I recommend that they be admitted to these degrees.
On the recommendation of the faculty, and by virtue of the authority vested in the Board of Trustees of Fairleigh Dickinson University, and by them delegated to me, I confer upon the candidates presented the doctoral, master's, bachelor's, and associate degrees indicated, with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereto appertaining. Graduates, please indicate your new status by transferring your mortarboard tassel from right to left. Congratulations. We welcome you to the company of scholars.
Please be seated. In the years ahead, when you think of the influences on your life, you will see the faces and hear the voices of many of your professors. Remember the lessons taught to you by your faculty in all that you do. This is an appropriate moment for you to thank them. Would the graduates please give a round of applause for their faculty? In addition, today would not be possible without the support and encouragement of your family and friends. It is your parents, wives and husbands, and children. It is your friends, both from outside of the university and from within, including FDU's dedicated staff, who are always there to support you. I ask that the parents, spouses, children, relatives, friends, and staff members who have encouraged and helped these graduates to please stand and be recognized. Please join me. Thank you. Please be seated.
We now invite the graduates to come forward so that your faculty, friends, and families can acknowledge your achievements. Our marshals will assist you, and you will also have your photo taken. After leaving the stage, please return to your seats and remain seated until the entire ceremony, including the reading of all names, has concluded. Board Chair Patrick Zenner, fellow trustees, and I will congratulate each graduate as you come across the stage. Once again, we ask that you please return to your seats after you leave the stage and show your fellow graduates the attention and respect they deserve. Thank you. Okay.
Stephen Kalinowski.
Matthew Sharp.
Elizabeth Reiner.
Wilson Sorto.
Brittany Doughty.
Troy Odinsky.
Samantha Page Doughty.
Jessica Real.
Christina Elise Batista.
Natalie Rivas.
Brianna Vredenberg.
Jenny Blandon.
Daniela Lantigua.
Justin Batson.
Mark Novak.
Kelly Fields.
Kyle Bliss.
Grace Lopez.
Austin Gear.
Annabelle Rodriguez Acosta.
Edlane Lacap.
Aziza Clement.
Jocelyn Salgado.
Olivia Imparato.
Brianna Jones.
Peter Sylvester.
Samantha Ho.
Kishan Patel.
Shayon Sexton.
Angie Perez Garcia.
Abigail Ramirez.
Emily Vignola.
Pedro Wazosonsky.
James Diswanzik.
Carly Pasquale.
Jesse McCormick.
Ryan Breheny.
Taylor Heyman.
Haja Jalo Jamboria.
Brian Alberto.
Sophia Carnesis.
Jamie Lucy.
Madison De Tori.
Enrique Ramirez.
Rafael Versosa.
Juliana Maniti.
Alexa Harrison.
Noel Halpin. Osama Ibrahim.
Carisma Mercado.
Matthew DeBrisi. Sarah Pansa.
Taylor Henning.
Nicholas Sacolatili.
Abigail Marie La Forteza.
Melanie Luque.
Nicole Schoenberner.
Daniela Sames.
Genesis Sanchez.
Taylor Toby.
Maritza Cardenas.
Benjamin Gelman.
Adrian Bartolo.
Justin Rodriguez.
John Franco.
Philip Rodriguez.
Caitlin Tarila.
Michael Villafranca.
Monsi Vagela.
Emily Gum.
Gabriela Sirna.
Rachel Kahlo.
Chloe Madison.
Naomi Williams.
Brian Knox.
Emanuela Egbu.
Francesca Scheidt.
Alyssa Altonji.
Kayla Kostecki.
Lillian Ruano.
Sailis Rivera.
Danielle Fashan.
Marco Falivin.
Desiree Cruz.
Clayton Dangler.
Anthony Sochi.
Christopher Carey.
Victoria Smith.
Peter Polye.
Alyssa Caggiano.
Christopher MacArthur.
Richard John Guerriero.
Gabriela Castellanos.
Mark Pasanonte.
Junice Javier.
Annette Santander.
Amanda Wallace.
Sharice Lee.
Tet Mayet No Min.
Gabriel Bernal.
McKenna Setterland.
Michael John Hernandez.
Riley Chimay.
Patrick Egan.
Alana Miller.
Kyle Karaher.
Joey Battaglia.
Drew Bukowitz.
Kalfani Austin.
Angelina Simons Vera.
Jules Losada.
Mark Kraus.
Nicholas Inkley.
Samantha Mazuko,
Tristan Valerio,
Janelle Gomez,
Mila Monfortes,
James Ramirez,
Paul Godfrey,
Tristan Plesha,
Ashley Martinez,
Brad Levinson,
Juliana Tolerico,
Austin Krebs,
Ujwal Shah,
William Marte,
Harsh Shah,
Daniel Austin,
Ashley Crespo,
Robert Sella,
Neil D'Adamo,
Joshua Frio,
Jonathan Weitzman,
Tyler Garcia,
Alexander Coulter,
Matthew McCulloch,
James Moricon,
Christopher Tamayo,
Samantha Iturralde,
Derek Roberts,
Sadie Grau,
Austin Van Holten,
Beth Noble,
James Wickenheiser,
Caitlin Ambrose,
Rhett Zide,
Isabel Benvenuto,
Kyle Morris,
Christina Velez,
Christopher Quijano,
Amanda Mustafa,
Lillian Maltese,
Savannah Franklin,
Oliver Taveras,
Alyssa Petty,
Madison Stanley,
Jocelyn Salgado,
Brianna Wooten,
Emily Ulerio,
Giselle Varela,
Brittany Cummins,
Valeria Aiken,
Emily Sickinger,
Abby Scarangelli,
Kleber Adila Jimenez,
Hunter Rupel,
Ram Iviglia,
Kaylee Oplinger,
Thomas Apostolico,
Nicole Casal,
Gabriela Sveraza,
Caitlin Borsos,
Gabrielle Rugel,
Adam Clark,
Lauren Rosati,
Luisa DeLuca,
Alana Lembo,
Demi Pescator,
Chelsea Huergo,
Elianice Perez,
Gianna Libretti,
Diana Dianate,
Christina Delicia,
Un Young Ham,
Kristen Zonin,
Miranda Ashley,
Progya Sahay,
Hakeem Haymor,
Ryan Galgano,
Nicholas Hernandez,
Garrett Rienstra,
Junior Rondon,
Shelly Rodriguez,
Ava Carlucci,
Leanne Guarnieri,
Carissa Jardina,
Megan Maruso,
John Hoffman,
Joan Tobar,
Destiny Menhart,
Pamela Rodriguez,
Steve Vultepsis,
John Peter Balmaceda,
Oliver Ortman,
Kimberly Amaya,
Benjamin Collins,
Edisa Koch, Kaylee Robbins,
Akuo Agath,
Olivia Pitts,
Joshua Merchan,
Ella Heidecker,
Kevin Gallius,
Alyssa Duarte,
Alexandra Dixon,
Juliana Olkers,
Marissa Colvin,
Jessica Garefa,
Allison Attardi,
Madison Dalton,
Allison Kester,
Joanna Torero,
Magdalena Maximovich,
Belinda Dobloski,
Alicia Adorno,
Mia Michaelides,
Gianna Faris,
Olivia Chaus,
Anthony Giovi,
Jenny Pena,
John Rodriguez,
Annalisa Dyer,
Richard Lastella,
Rory Sullivan,
Celeste Arroyo,
Kimberly Cicero,
Destiny Andrews,
Rebecca Higgins,
Isabella Caparuso,
Valeria Zuluaga,
Shauna Voza,
Nicole Di Mayuga,
Samantha Stefanelli,
Jamie Pettit,
Carrie Gavigan,
Brianna Harris Bissell,
Nicole Castles,
Jessica Geltz,
Juliana Vitiello,
Gianna Moretti,
Ashley Kirchick,
Lauren Ung,
Sophia Albertson,
Margaret Hoover,
Gloria Colmenares,
Catherine Bortz,
Welke Galvao,
Karen Ledesma Cabrera,
Sydney Ott,
Neya Gosai,
Kurt Eckert,
Jobel Goulian, Tayana Moore Baytops,
Christopher Camacho,
Kyle Gachelian,
Kiana Touchette,
Mario Grupico, Miranda Kraus,
Abigail Hance,
Daryl Navarro,
Brian Tarabokia,
Mark Samuel Marante,
Tyler Beck,
Brad Kite,
Christina Inglaterra,
Sabina Duran,
Danielle Inglaterra,
Anthony Taldi,
Ryan Lemaire,
Brendan Sullivan,
Jenna Caraballo,
Caleb Anan,
Michelle Castillo,
Siobhan Seinville,
Maladis Rivera,
Cassandra Laman,
Ava Toledo,
Stephanie Daniels,
Gabriela Garcia,
Taylor Farone,
Hugo Germain,
Suseli Martinez,
Samantha Costa,
Antoinette Long,
Samuel Bennett Levy,
Simone Phillip,
Jessica Cherubini,
Christopher DiDomenico,
Noah Persaud,
Richard Stecker,
Amber Arzon,
Matthew Godlewski,
Olivia Urish,
Joseph Moskowitz,
Lisette Pelleyes,
George Peacock IV,
Kristen Alfieri,
Rosa Gutierrez,
Nicole Ray,
Joyce Cotton,
Geneva LeConte,
Nicholas Wasco,
Amber Rodriguez,
Nicole Dane,
Moritz Budinsky,
Christine Flores,
Mache Autouche,
Adalgisa Ducodre,
Julia Wark,
Angeline Roboyedo,
Melinda Johnson,
Alicia Swatter,
Kelvin Javier,
Duran Crooks,
Alyssa Marshall,
Gabriela Correa,
Connor Miles,
Chuchi Lin,
Samuel Berner,
Sona Bay,
Stephanie Anna Gina Colomonico,
Mohammed Diop,
Rachel Dalrymple,
Brianna De Leon,
Alexis Capuano,
Jordan Lane,
Casey Meyer,
Deanna Dunn,
Helena Marchwinski,
Samira Nematula,
Merlin Matthew,
Farah Khan,
Tomasz Castellan,
Alexander Ortiz,
Jordan Bresner,
Daniel McMillan,
Foti Vesho,
Romeo Lopez Jr.,
Michalina Gallo,
Parker Malman,
Jade Rodriguez,
Xavier Paniagua,
Nicholas Peach,
Amber Fleming,
Cassandra Marcoux,
Samantha Rodriguez,
Anna Maria Vladescu,
Kelly Flem,
Amanda Mariano,
Kiara Breen,
Brianna Ferrara,
Lindsay Pilla,
Cheyenne Carfagna,
Quentin Darling,
Damian Napadano,
Jamani James,
Caitlin Collins,
Tariq Hassan,
Serena Palma,
Michael Hedeker,
Olivia Cutrone,
John Caparino,
Alexandra Buccini,
Natalie Stanton,
Casey Whale,
Laura Para,
Anna Chmielewski,
Sydney Smith,
Sierra Price,
Ashley Paulino,
Benedicta Dewey Gennardi,
Tatiana Nieto,
Queen Nefertiti Havaloso,
Natalia Gallo Lopez,
Lizette Rivera,
Jesse Goncalves,
Jonathan Koch,
Madison Rosa,
Pierre de Paz,
Miranda Rosa,
William Winkler,
Sabrina Awad,
Joshua Schaefer,
Kiara Brown,
Angie Jung,
Shadia Bube Wadiobu,
Grace Anna Douglas,
Colin Mulinofi,
Melissa Lewandowski,
Shannon Sullivan,
Jamie Kirshner,
Catherine Polsky,
Jenna Rand,
Irina Zak,
Rachel Valentine,
Anthony Castelli,
Lily Shire,
Icarus Sanctos,
Amanda Silly,
Samuel Franks,
Darby Ann Goodwin,
Renerio Amaya,
Alex Trakovic,
Logan Kolkmanen,
Nicholas Robertello,
Lauren Guerra,
Peter Gerard Muscori,
Skylar Jean Carroll,
Sarah Malakuski,
Claudia Guerra,
Ariana Gambler,
Karen Elizabeth Castro,
Connie Pierre,
Itziel Mayin,
Nadia Stokes,
Wendy Carolina Alvarez,
Daniela Juffy,
Cole Gregan,
Natalie Fernandez,
Joseph McClure,
Eunice Akbulut,
Charles Saba,
Jacob O'Brien,
Nasir Velez,
Dylan Gonzalez,
Gabrielle Heaven Charles,
Gabrielle Block,
Jasmine Lewis,
Nicolette Troglio,
Asha Patel,
Shay Sanders,
Melody Sonjen,
Bailey Lovell,
Vanilla Jen Bawagan,
Callista Edwards,
Gabrielle Smith,
Latania Burgos,
Olayemi Abiona,
Dante Amani Nowak,
Aurora Caruso,
Brody Allen Smith,
Mark Kresovic,
Gabriella Cruz,
Deanna Vaguero,
Rebecca Eugene,
Erin Literer,
Jennifer Torres,
Caitlin Z,
Luis Heredia,
Alyssa Mina Manongsong,
Elizabeth Sheridan,
Jasmine Martinez,
Leah Abrams,
Juliana Terracciano,
May May Mensa,
Michael Del Signor,
Merve Avenue,
Siobhan Parks,
Juan Melendez,
Yuri Tapande Gombe,
Joshua Campisti,
Zubair Ismail,
Sandra Cadena,
Keon Oglesby,
Youssef Sader,
Eric Kriegsman,
Alexianne Marquis,
Dakota Carfello,
Diego Arribas,
Ayush Patel,
Alicia White,
William Gray,
Julia Bonacorso,
Stephen Valencia,
Megan March,
Arman Nanjuyan,
Amanda Croce,
Griffin Doyle,
Brianna Cuccinelli,
Caitlin Gavin,
Joseph Kastner,
Talia Barry,
Kian Feng,
Karen Moore,
Priscilla Hiciano,
Brandon Williams,
Oscar Okeke,
Michael Lester,
Stephanie Valdez,
Sakeli Johnson,
Kevin Jeffrey Reyes Ruiz,
Eric Johnson,
Brian Smith,
Zahar Alo,
Terry Cage,
Juliet Carias,
Stephanie Cordia,
Alicia Wilson,
Christopher Chen Chimino,
Trent Hartwig, Paul Frenzel, Thomas Ray, Bethany De La Roca, Jared Johnson, Rialdo Walter Fisher, Nivardo Mois, Tymer Jones, Jared Exler, Maxwell Ballas, Michael Rosario, James Quinn, Mark Derwin, Matthew Corbett, Cheyenne Anderson, Kieran Davis, Juan Lorenzo Martinez, Na Quay, Nicholas Seppi, Alexander Schwartz,
Congratulations. Mr. President, words of wisdom and inspiration have been heard, and the class of 2021 now approaches its final moments together. With your permission, may we conclude these ceremonies.
On this day, the 18th of May, in the year 2021, Fairleigh Dickinson University has officially conferred degrees on these graduates. Graduates, go forward with courage and grace, fortiter et suaviter, carrying with you the traditions, strengths, and dreams of this great institution. On behalf of the trustees and the faculty, I declare the 78th commencement ceremony of Fairleigh Dickinson University is now concluded. Our warm congratulations to all the graduates and their families. Please enjoy this beautiful day, and thank you again. As you leave the stadium, please follow the directions that the marshals provide. And again, congratulations, and enjoy the rest of the day. Thank you.